covers reality TV from a mental health perspective. It's your boy, Mark, of Mindful Reality. Excuse me. And as you can see by my title, I wrote Keanu is silent quitting. Silent quitting is something that I heard about during the beginning of the pandemic when people were just burnt out, tired of working, tired of their jobs, tired of their job situation, and but they didn't quit the job, but they had a quiet resolve where they were like, I'm not giving the same level of effort as what I was previously given. I'm doing the bare minimum. I'm not really engaging myself too much in what's happening at the job, and essentially, that's Keanu because we're Saturday. I don't know with the twist about how many days are actually left for him or them, I should say, because I think that they're having some kind of an eviction before the regular Thursday eviction. I think that's how they're doing it, and it's probably going to be under that month of mayhem umbrella. So I do know that there's something else to go. But anyways, the point of the matter is hydricity. The thing about Big Brother and the thing about the Big Brother process and the thing about the original Big Brother process is this. A block exists for a reason. When you get put on the block, it means your back is against the wall, especially when there's no Big Brother blockbuster, which this week is the first time that there's no Big Brother blockbuster. So it's win win the veto or face the votes. Morgan wins the veto, high chocolate. Morgan wins the veto, and the competition was the tiny veto competition. So now we know that locked into the block are Keanu and Ava. So it's just one of those two. As far as we know, there's no twist, so there's no possibility of either of them coming down. So it's just one is going to get voted out, one is going to stay. So from what we know, there's two votes this week, I believe. Yeah, there's five of them, two on the block. One person is safe, which is Morgan. So there's two votes, and we know already that the two people who are voting, which are Morgan and Ashley, both said that they would vote Keanu out. But for me, hi Vivek. But for me, it's like you have so much time left. Even though they told you that that's what they want to do, and even if it might be most likely for that to be done. Yeah, that's out of here. Even if that's most likely what they're gonna do, classic Big Brother is fighting and fighting and fighting and finding your way to be off that block because or to stay in the game. Because trust me, there's no way, no matter how she felt inside, for all these people that were so happy that Rachel's not in the game anymore, and they were like, Keanu is the hero and the savior, and Rachel is the evil villain. One thing about Rachel, whether you liked her, whether you hated her, or whatever, you know, okay, now you're gone. You know that if she was sitting on that block and she had days left to campaign, she would find some kind of campaign. Does that guarantee that her campaign would work? No, but you never know when you're sitting in a house of paranoia where people are very influential and they think that they might be missing something. Like they're sitting in the house and they're like, if I sit next to this person, this is the resume that this person has, or this person might help me get out this person, or this person is going to go to jury and talk to this one, or you tell them, well, if I go to jury, I'm going to tell them about this, and this. And, you find some kind of a way. It hurts me. And I don't mean hurts me in the sense of I feel bad for him. I mean, it hurts me as a Big Brother fan to watch somebody who has been in the game for, what did they say, 75 days? 75 days, I think it's been. And to see someone after day 75 just be like, well, it's over. I'm not even going to campaign. I'm just going to play pool and say my game is over and talk about how much I can't wait to see Rachel and talk to Rachel in the jury house. Like, come on, man. I can't stand that. I can't stand this new generation of Big Brother players. And I somewhat, how they say don't hate the player, hate the game. I don't really hate the players. The players are just a byproduct of what Big Brother is trying to produce for us. They're trying to produce a super censored game. They're trying to cut us out of anything that they consider risque, such as the Morgan and Vince relationship. Refreshed it. Yes or no? Yay or nay? Creative department. Okay, so I just had to refresh it. Hi, great clips. What I was saying is that a funny story was that, hoodie season. Bro. Not this sweater threatening to take my whole budget in one stop. Not this sweater trying to take my whole budget. I know what I'm here to do when I come here. But when I get here, I find things that distract me from my mission. Okay. I was saying that this women's purse section, had no reason to ever go over there. Then I found out that they hid these really nice bags and wallets over there, but they put the purses in the front. And I just happened to catch one on my way out. Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky deaky. One moment. Kind of like it, but not what I came in here for. So I'm going to do the self-control thing. I'm going to do the self-control thing. Yeah, I didn't even realize that they actually have a men's wallet section that they have men's wallets in, but they also have men's wallets in the women's section. And I said, how long have they been doing this secret gem? And bags, like this bag here. I mean, I don't think that I got that particular bag here, but I got like a cool Adidas bag. Okay. It's okay. Another pro tip is that a young men's XL is pretty much a men's L. A young men's 2XL is pretty much a men's XL. Basically, if you go into the young men's section, you buy one size up of what you would buy in the men's section, and you save like sometimes half the price. I used to laugh at one of my friends that would do that, and here I am as an adult doing the same thing that he used to do. Well, he was an adult when he was doing that. That's why I was laughing at it. But This is when we were in college and he was 19, 20. We get to the store and we'd be like, oh, where you going? The young men's section? He'd be laughing when he was spending half of the price that we were spending. Anyways, what I was saying was that this generation does not care for the fight. This generation does not care for the strategy. They're just here to stay, to be on TV as long as they possibly can. And it's like, if I win, I win. Rachel was talking about it when I saw like a couple of her exit interviews, but I didn't want to watch her exit interviews too tough because I was so pissed about her not being there. But essentially, she was just like, nobody really talked to me about things as if they were planning to be at the game in the end. It was just like getting to the end was an added bonus if they happen to get there. But they're also fine with not getting there. These shoes are kind of fire. Oh. The thing that sucks about these buys or these things is that you know that if you don't buy it the first time you saw it, if it's in a Burlington, you'll never see it again. I didn't come here for shoes though. That's an issue. That's an issue for me, but oh man. These shoes are a $27 buy. You know what? I'm glad that this little thing on the side is like this mustard color. Ooh, I did good here because I've had this real paranoia about my lack of abilities to identify colors, but this is clearly mustard. And if it wasn't for that mustard H, if it was like a red or a white H, the shoes would already be in my hand. Now, that does not mean that I'm going to walk out of here without them, because why are the shoes hitting right now? Like, I don't understand. I'm not even that big of a shoe person. Don't get me wrong, I like shoes, but I'm not that huge of a shoe person. But I came in here for clothes, and all the shoes are just calling me right now. And like I said, these kind of stores are hit or miss, because honestly, I was in the same store less than a week ago. Bro, like I was in the store less than a week ago and I didn't see anything over here that I liked. Then I come in here now and it's like, well, this one is not necessarily. What are these, running shoes? These are kind of cool. All of a sudden, everything in here. So many things in here that I want to just run away with. Okay. Yeah, those Tommy Hilfiger shoes. I'm gonna hold on to these for now, just in case, you know. I mean, I don't necessarily need a mustard anything to go with this, but if I wanted anything, mustard. I could always get mustard socks. And I could just get like a navy blue shirt or a white shirt, but I don't wear white that much, so navy blue would be more likely than white. Now, I honestly came in here for 2 t-shirts. And the bad part is I haven't found t-shirts that I like. See, this is what I mean, Charicity, if you're still here. These bags are what I'm talking about. They have these bags. I mean, they have bags like this in the women's section, but maybe they're supposedly supposed to be women's bags, but they're more unisex than anything. So they have this sad section over here, but if you go deep into the women's purse section, you'll find the most fire bags out of anything in here. Okay. Hi, Clement. It's funny because I'm not even finding shirts that I like. I found hoodies that I like. And I found these shoes that I'm trying to figure out a reason to put. Tough. When you come to the store for one thing and then the only thing that you came in for, you see nothing of that thing that you like.
Calvin Klein. Oh, that's all right. Reebok. I have that shirt in another color. Sorry, y'all. It's genuinely a little irritating. The reason why is because the reason I came to buy shirts is because I got rid of a bunch of shirts that were not comfortably fitting me anymore. So I said, Banana Republic. But where's the price tag? No, no price tag. Okay, let us try these two on. Actually, let's keep looking. Calvin Klein. What is this? Converse. Converse seems to be making a comeback, y'all. All right. One moment. Let's see. See, if I don't love these when I put them on, the only thing is I would feel like I'm failing if I walk out of here with the shoes and no shirts, which is what I came in here for. Alright, this is an XL that fits like an XL, unfortunately. I like the shirt, but it fits too big, so nah, I don't think this shirt thing is happening. This one I kind of like. Yeah. Yeah, that one's a like for me. I like that. This is another on the little too big side. I mean, I kind of like it, but it's just a little too big. The struggle that I have between being an L and an XL, it's like it all depends on how the shirt fits, whether I realize half of what I like now. I mean, I could like a lot of different things, but the way that things fit make such a big difference between whether I like them or not. Like that Reebok shirt, it's not like it was the first thing that just stood out to me when I picked it up off of the shelves, but when I put it on, I was like, fits well. So it made me like it more. This is just a basic Kenneth Cole, but I tend to like how it fits. Okay, so narrowed that down. I'm iffy. I'm iffy on the shoes. I like one of the shirts. I'm iffy on the other one. I actually did not plan to even make this a live in the store like this because I just didn't think I'd be in the store this long. I'm in the store longer than I expected to be in the store. And I have things in my hands that I wasn't even planning to buy. But like, yeah, I guess as Charicity says, that's how it goes sometimes. Come in there for one thing, you show up with another thing, or you leave with another thing. I think the Kenneth Cole shirt can stay. I think the Kenneth Cole shirt can stay. That's basic, y'all. That would be like I'm buying it just to buy it type of purchase. The sweatpants, those are I'll come back for you type of item because there's so many sweatpants here. All right. So what I have in my hands right now, these Tommy Hilfiger shoes. These Tommy Hilfiger shoes that I didn't come in here for, and one t-shirt. And I feel like unless I was trying to go to another store, which I don't have another store money or time, or patience, not time. I have time. I just don't have patience for that. I'm thinking these two items are what I'm going to leave with. Thank you. I'm definitely not basic. It's funny because when I go to a store, some people will walk into the same store and see that thing that everybody wears, and they're like, "Ah, that's where they got it from," and they just go pick it up. I want one of those. They'll see somebody wearing something, and they'll be like, "I want one of those," and my eyes don't even gravitate towards it if I already see everybody wearing it, because then why would I want it for? Because I could walk outside and 15 people on the street could already have that thing. And if 15 people have it, I'm not going to walk over and dap them up and be like, "Yo, where'd you get yours from?" I like when people usually see me with the things that I get, they're like, "Where'd you get it from?" And I'm like, See, some people think it's a flex to say you couldn't afford that. I've never considered it a flex to say you can't afford that. To me, it's a flex to be like, you can't find that. You can't find that is greater than you can't afford that. Because I remember somebody was fake complimenting me about this True Religion bag, which, by the way, I bought this True Religion bag like 4 years ago, maybe more than that. I, funny enough, believe it or not, just was not comfortable enough to wear this consistently, because I was just like, not with the man bag thing, until I was like, you know what, I can put my keys and my phone and my wallet in here instead of forgetting things and having my pockets full all the time when I walk around. And I just started wearing it this year, even though I've had it for a long time. And some men were like, "Haha, you man purse." Some women even said that. But look, walk in, my sunglasses are in this bag. I'm not going to pull everything out, but my wallet is in this bag. My water bottle is in this bag. I could probably fit one of these shoes in this bag. Not that I would need to do that, but I could fit shirts, clothes, deodorant. Several things can fit in this bag. I say all that to say, that was kind of besides all the point, but somebody was like, I like that bag. A guy, actually. I like that bag. I have one that's kind of like that, but it's Louis Vuitton and it's $9,000. And I was looking at him like, is the fact that it's Louis Vuitton and it's $9,000 supposed to mean something? Me personally, right? Just on a personal level, I wouldn't want to walk around with something that was $9,000 around my neck. That goes for a bag. That goes for a chain. Alright, I'm going to get into this comment section because I wasn't reading these comments and y'all are annoying. Okay. I think I didn't do too bad. One shirt that I like and one pair of shoes that I like. And when I get home, I'll look through all the shoes that I have. I'm sure I have some old ones that need to go. I know of one, actually. I have a pair of Skechers that I was holding on to for who knows what. And I'll get rid of those Skechers. I'll get rid of 2 shoes. I've been doing this thing lately because when I said I want 2 shirts, I got rid of about 10 shirts today. And normally I would be like, I got rid of 10 shirts, so I need 10 more shirts to replace those 10 that I gave away. But instead I was like, you know what, I'm going to indulge myself a little bit, but I don't need those 10 shirts because I wasn't wearing them for a minute because they didn't fit. I mean, I'm sure there might be a time when I eventually find my way to get 8 more shirts. It's just not going to be in one shop session, one shopping session. But yeah, that guy telling me about his $9,000 Louis bag around his neck. Listen, this True Religion bag, not for nothing. It ain't no $9,000, trust me, but it was probably about $80 original price, and it was 90% off. So it's like 90% of it was I think it was under $10. I think I paid under $10 for it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I paid less than $10 for it, and that's a flex to me. That is my flex. Also, I have a gift card that I'm going to use for at least half of this purchase. One moment. So, let me tell you about this whole situation that just happened here. I don't know if I'd call it a flex. I would just call it, okay, I'm leaving Burlington Coat Factory, as you can see. These glasses here get a lot of compliments. I bought these glasses on Temu for $4, right? Everyone loves these glasses. They are $4 glasses. If I drop them, step on them, smash them in the car, crunch them, scuff them, scratch them, I could buy another pair. In fact, I went on Temu and I bought like 3 more pairs. Not this exact pair of glasses, but I bought 3 more unique looking glasses on Temu. I bought this cool pair. Some of you were on this live that I was on one time where I went into Five Below. I bought this pair of glasses for $5 in Five Below. Now, I have bought Louis Vuitton glasses from Louis Vuitton. I have bought Burberry glasses. I have bought Ray-Bans. All those glasses, right? Not full price, but still way more than your average pair of glasses. And, you know, a few people were like, that's cool. But the people who really liked those glasses were the people who buy those glasses. This is just a random thing. The people who liked those glasses are the people who buy those kind of glasses. So if somebody regularly buys Ray-Bans or Louis Vuitton or Burberry, they looked at my glasses and are like, are those the Burberry whatever brand that thing happens to be? And I'm like, I looked at them and I liked them and I bought them because I don't know which brand is which. I don't know what's in or what's not in. I just visually look at things. Even with fashion, people tell me about like, oh, so occasionally I have just like randomly unlocked the correct style that is in season randomly. Not because I know what's in style, just because I happen to pick out something that's in style. And they're like, oh, that's fire. You got the latest this. And I'm just like, I guess. Because how do I know? I don't pick based on that. My point is, I'm not in the shopping class of the people who buy those things. So I don't care if somebody who has more than me and buys those things just because they have the money to, if they're impressed with what I'm wearing. I don't care about that person. Now, the person who is like me, the average Joe who makes average Joe money, looks at that and is like,
Wow, you got it. I find it a flex to be able to tell them you can get it too, because I didn't get it because I have it. I got it because I saw somebody with it and I said, "Ooh, I like that. Where'd you get it?" They said Temu. I said, "How much did you get it for on Temu?" $4. Oh, $4. That sounds about right. I've never seen a pair of glasses like this in my life. They must be a style somewhere. But for $4, I've gotten 100 compliments. That's kind of a flex. I mean, I'm like, if I looked at that guy's Burberry bag, I mean Louis Vuitton bag. Matter of fact, I don't even know if he really has a $9,000 Louis Vuitton bag, but let's just say he does. Maybe it's just how I grew up, but it's not about how much the bag costs. It's about how practical is it. What are you using it for? Look, this whole can of soda, this whole bottle of soda, right? If I want to put it in my bag, well, maybe I can't zip it up, but it's a big enough bag that it can almost fit a freaking, what is this, 1.25 liter bottle in it. It can fit a bunch of things. Um, this bag is purposeful. It can go with anything. And if I happen to walk down a dark alley and someone snatched it off me, I would miss this bag because it looks brand new and I've had it for a long time. But I would be like, oh, well, there goes my $8 bag. So Amazon, I'm gonna go on Amazon and find another one. Now, if I was walking around with a $9,000 Louis bag and somebody took that off of me, bruh, the way how I would feel like dying. Okay, anyways, this is my receipt, right? The total of all of my items. Oh, this one does not show what the sale price was. That is a miss. I don't like that. I like the receipts that show you how much the item costs and how much the sale was, but this one doesn't do that. But all these items were on sale. So I got the shirt that I like, and I got the shoes that I like, and how I paid for the shirt and the shoes. Mostly. Which I love these shoes, by the way. I can't wait to find the thing that I'm going to wear these with. I'll probably wear these when I come back from my vacation. Um, yeah, I'm going to find all the stuff that I want to wear with that. But I got a gift card because I opened up my health insurance app because I have a new health insurance since this job is relatively new and you're not able to access your health insurance until you've been there for 3 months or something like that. So I had it from about July until now, and I never really looked through it. And then they had rewards, things that you could do, like checkups and stuff, that could get you gift cards. So I was like, I'm gonna do all that stuff. I used about $80 so far worth of those rewards, and so basically, I say all that to say that I used one of those reward Visa cards for like a doctor's visit that I went to that paid for these shoes and shirts. And I didn't even think of that until I got here. And I put $25 worth of gas into my car. So I have left my house today for free 99. I have gained items and gas in the car for free 99. I assumed that Sonic Pulse was going to say something stupid. As soon as somebody says they have a request, I'm like, I don't know what that person said, but I just assumed that the next thing was going to be a stupid comment. That's just my assumption. What's the request before I block? I'm curious. That's the kind of thing I would say. like not curious. That's exactly what I would do. Cass gains a point for that. Curiosity, yes, I love treasure hunting. I like going to thrift stores. You know, when I go to Canada, that reminds me because I feel like I don't go to thrift stores over here. Because Canada, I I just believe has better thrift stores. I love the thrift stores over there. That might not be true to your area, but I feel like it's true to mine because these thrift stores that are in my region are like but I love the thrift stores by where my grandma lives, and I am probably gonna go over there and see what I can find because I grew up on thrift stores. I don't go to them now just because the ones that I go to I just don't like the things that I'm seeing in there. But I'll find out when I go to these thrift stores when I'm in Canada in a couple of weeks whether it's that I'm over the thrift store in general or whether it's that these particular ones don't resonate with me. I don't know. They probably are more expensive. I mean, for sure, they're most likely more expensive than the Midwest. That's not even a question. One thing about when I lived in the Midwest is things were a lot cheaper than they are over here in the Northeast. That's one thing I can say about the Midwest. When I left the Midwest, I missed the Midwest prices. I liked everything else over here better, but not the prices. I remember we had this store called Bent and Dent, which was like, imperfect cans and, things that fall off the truck, the food items basically that are not in perfect aesthetic condition that were otherwise going to be probably just thrown out because people were not going to buy them. So somebody got the idea to collect all those items, or maybe to bulk buy all those items. Maybe that's what they did, and then they would sell them in this store. Man, as a broke college student, wow, that store was clutch. I bought everything from that store. Between that and Aldi's, that's where I got all of my groceries. Or I just didn't eat sometimes. That was also one of my options. As terrible as that is to say, sometimes I just opted not to eat food to save money. I would just go to the dollar store and buy myself ramen noodles and what else? PB and J and like crackers and stuff. Things that were really super cheap. And I would be sick during those times also. Sheesh. I remember I would feel so sick to my stomach that I wasn't eating real food. But I didn't know how to manage my money. I had a CAF card because I lived on campus. So my mom I remember the first semester of school, my mom put $500 on my CAF card, and my semester was like, let's say, end of August to beginning till December. I mean, August through December. I think I was done the whole $500 by October, beginning of October. So we're talking like 6 weeks or so that I spent my whole $500, and the reason why was not even because of the food. Like if I was just spending it on the meals, then I would not have been able to spend that much. But what I would do is I would always stock up on snacks, juices, and coffee, cakes, and muffins, and that kind of stuff, and I'll leave that stuff in my room, and that's what would add up and make me an even poorer college student. So you didn't know I lived in the Midwest? I lived in the Midwest for like what, 4 years? Yeah, I lived in the Midwest from 2000, and I graduated there. I went to school there from '06 to 2011. 5 years. I was there for 5 years. I was in the Midwest. I lived in the Midwest for 5 years, which is a long time. 5 years there, 6 years Massachusetts, the 1 year in Georgia, and the rest of the years in Canada. But that was the place that I lived the third most of my life. Um, I was right on the borderline. I was in Michigan, but I was right on the borderline of South Bend, Indiana. I was an hour and a half from Chicago. I used to frequent Chicago. I I passed through Ohio quite a bit. Milwaukee is the one, like Wisconsin is the one that I was just past. I visited one time was Wisconsin, but I was in other places in the Midwest. Um, when I was in Indianapolis, yeah, other parts of Illinois. But yeah, that was the time. I think I'm gonna hop off now, but I will jump back on later. But thanks for joining me on my shopping trip. I actually enjoy talking about that more than what's happening in Big Brother right now. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified when I drop some more great content.